Hey guys, welcome to Gaming Fancy. This is soramstr, and I am here to give you a trophy guide for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix, the Final Mix Edition. And I'm going to go over the story trophies for now. That includes the beating the story in beginner, normal, and proud mode, which the difficulty trophies don't stack. So if you beat it in proud mode, it's not going to give you the normal mode and the beginner mode trophies. So you got to play through the game at least 3 times. And this is also going to go over the side trophies story mode, which are the Speedster, Unchanging Armor, and Undefeated. Speedster is beating the game within 15 hours, which is, in my opinion, plenty of time. It takes like 6 hours to get to the end of the game if you're on beginner mode. Proud mode and normal mode probably are going to take that much longer. The Unchanging Armor is not changing what you start off with at the beginning of the game, and if you do that in beginner mode, you start off with the experience necklace and the ribbon, so you can just stick with that throughout the whole entire time and you're fine. But also remember that you can't change Donald or Goofy's stuff either, so they're gonna have to go without armor and only using the Mega Staff and Goofy's original shield. And the Undefeated is not dying, not using continue at all in the game. So that doesn't count if you lose against Leon in the beginning, or if you lose against Cloud in the tournament. Or if you lose against the Jaguar in Deep Jungle. The ones that doesn't matter if you win or lose, it doesn't give you a continue screen. You can lose in those and that's fine. The best way to get around that is just save constantly. Before any boss fight you save, and if you do end up dying, all you gotta do is do a soft reset by hitting start, select R1, R2, L1, L2 all at the same time, and you go back to the main menu and you're back in the game. So the easiest way to go about this is by going in beginner mode and trying to go after the 3 side trophies in that mode. Like I said, in beginner mode you start off with the experience necklace and the ribbon, and you're going to have the kingdom key the whole way through, so your attack isn't going to be all that great, neither is your defense, but with the experience necklace you do get AP, and you also get faster experience, and with the ribbon you lessen the effect of elemental attacks on you by 20%. So if you do that, I recommend, just to get to the end faster, if you wanted just to get to the end faster, you just do all the first answers when Waka, Tidus, and Sophie ask you the questions at the beginning of the game, because that makes it so that you level up faster in the beginning and slower after level 50. If you do all the middle questions, it's sort of an average level up speed, and if you do all the last questions, you level up slow in the beginning but fast in the end. Now you might want to do the third one if you wanted to do Unchanging Armor right away. The thing with Unchanging Armor, it's extremely hard if you're under level 50 to beat the end of the game bosses, like Ansem when you're by yourself, or Ansem in the Ansem when he is the World of Chaos form. It's a lot harder to do that without having better equipment if you're under level 50. So if something to help with the Unchanging Armor trophy is picking all the last ones, and once you get to level 50, which is going to be a lot faster than usual because you do have the experience necklace, once you get past level 50, leveling up after that is going to be a lot easier. And for Unchanging Armor, the best strategy is being a high level, or finding or making as many AP, strength, and defense ups as you can, just so that you don't need the equipment to make you stronger. When you get to the end of the world, and if you're going for all 3 of those trophies along with the beginner mode trophy, and you're finding that it's really hard to get any further with, your attacks aren't hitting very hard, and it's just you have to survive for longer, and that's really the problem. You can have a good technique, but you still have to survive for longer if your attacks are weaker, and if your defense is lower, then it's going to take a lot more MP just to stay alive, or items. Recommendation would be to just go for the Speedster and Undefeated ones. And when you get to the end of the world, have 2 saves, one where you haven't changed your armor yet, and another one where you can change your armor. And in that one, just get all the best equipment you have and go through the game, and it's going to be a lot easier to beat the final bosses. Like I said, it's all about surviving longer when you don't have the better equipment, and it's a lot easier when if you do have better keyblades and better defensive stuff to just make the fights faster. You don't have to use as many items. So like I said, just make 2 saves. One of them, make sure you haven't touched your armor or anything yet, and then the other one, you can do whatever you want. You can give them the best keyblade you found, all the best armor and stuff, and beat the game. Get those 2 side trophies along with the beginner one. Come back and reopen that other file where you haven't touched your armor, and then in that one, since you've already gotten the Speedster, you've already gotten the continues thing, you can kind of just worry-free go grind and level up and see if you can beat the game again later on with a higher level Sora, better abilities, better items, and maybe a few AP, strength, and defense ups that you found so far. It's just a suggestion. If not, you can just grind for up until you get to like 14 hours gameplay time, and then see if you can beat them. Then you're still within the 15-hour limit. All right. If you're at the end of the game and you're not doing Unchanging Armor, or even in Proud mode, there's different ways to set your characters up, obviously, but I want to give you the best case scenario kind of stuff that I've learned help you out in boss fights and in just some of the bigger Heartless fights. Something that'll just make it a little bit easier when you don't have the better keyblades, the better armor, or if you're in Proud mode and you're just taking some mollywops to the face. A recommended setup for Donald and Goofy would be, for Donald, anything that's MP Rage or MP Haste, Second Wind instead of Second Chance, because they're gonna die so often, and the best thing to do about it is just have them come back faster. Leaf Bracer is good to have on him, and if you have any extra AP, Lucky Strike, but having those would be really good just so that he's a constant source of MP and health and arrow. Goofy, a good setup for him would be to have Evolution, which gives MP gives HP to a certain party member. It's kind of like his version of Cure. Second Wind, again, better than Second Chance because they do die so often that it's better just to have them come back faster than have them last 1 hit longer. MP Rage, MP Gift. MP Gift is the best thing to have because he gives you MP, and if you don't set any attacks on him, which you don't exactly need, but they aren't too bad if you're fighting Heartlesses, but when you're fighting a boss, it's better just to not have those up at all. Having MP Rage and MP Haste when he has MP Give is going to be a great source of MP for you. And a good setup for Sora, it's really anything that helps in the fight. I wouldn't use too many command attacks. A good finisher is Hurricane Blast for air combos and Ripple Drive for ground combos. Ripple Drive helps you get rid of enemies in your vicinity. Something like Stun Impact is just going to stun them, it's not going to hurt them any much more. Second Chance, definitely a thing to get. Combo Master is really helpful. Sometimes you miss the first hit or you miss the second hit because Donald and Goofy hit the enemy in the middle of your combo and that breaks up your combo. With Combo Master, you keep it going. Dodge Roll and Scan, obviously, can't go anywhere without those. And Guard is good too. You don't exactly need it, but it's definitely good to have. Counterattack is extremely good because if you fight an enemy and you parry their attack, you have a chance to come right back with a counter. Tech Boost is really good because it gives you more AP for countering and for blocking attacks. And Combo Plus, Blitz, anything like that, anything that'll just help your combos hit a little harder. It's definitely good to have. MP Haste, MP Rage, whenever you get those. As far as equipment for Donald and Goofy, just anything that'll help their defense. They just need to stay alive longer. If you don't go around grabbing more of their equipment and stuff, Mage's Staff and Mighty Shield you get automatically. Like it's not really something that's too hard to find. Herc Shield is pretty good too. You don't exactly find Donald's weapons too easily. You'd have to go around and buy those or know where they're at, or beat the wizards to get their weapon. As far as their setup for what they do, for Donald it's really good to have regular attacks constantly, defensive magic constantly, and everything else at the very far end on occasionally or only emergency. The reason is Donald wastes so much MP using something like Gravity on a boss, or using Lightning, Fire, and Blizzard magic on them, or trying to stop them. And instead of having that, really it's better to have him use Cure and Arrow on you, and really not waste that MP. And as far as HP and MP items, they're so loose with them that it's good just to have them on only emergency. If you have second chance, it's not that hard to stay alive until they use it. For Goofy, support actions and regular attacks are definitely on the constantly section. Differently for Goofy, if you do have his attacks with under his AP like rocket or charge or something like that, it's good to have those used a little bit more often, as well as the shield techniques, but you can have those on occasionally as well. It's perfectly fine. Also for HP and MP, put them in only emergency. Depends on how you like it though. If you want Goofy to heal you a little bit more, give him some HP items and put that on frequently, which is what I do. But either way works fine. And for Sora, his magic setup, having Arrow and Cura is a must. Arrow helps you survive a little bit longer, the attacks don't hurt as much, and Cura obviously. As for the third one, it's really a thing of preference. I use Fire Aga just because it hits farther, but you can do anything for that. And for the end of the game, if you just stock up everybody with elixirs, or specifically Sora with elixirs and everybody else with whatever you have left over, it's the best way to go, just because that's the last bit of the game. You don't have to worry about saving those anymore. So yeah, that's really the best way to set your characters up for that end boss fight if you haven't really leveled up enough in the beginner mode. Go through that way and that'll make your life a lot easier, especially starting off with Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell will heal you and will revive you one time before you, like if you die, but at that point she's gone. She's invaluable, and when you don't have armor and you don't have a better Keyblade. So yeah, if there's anything here you think I missed, let me know. The next video that I'm going to put up is likely going to be the best grinding spots in the game, just places where it's easier to level up in. And afterwards I'm going to do more trophy ones. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and as always, stay fancy.